Alright, hey everybody, welcome back to another Wuthering Waves video, and today we're going to be doing something a bit different. As you know, when it comes to gacha games, there's a lot, and I mean a lot of beginner's traps or pitfalls you can run into that will cause you to miss out on helpful stuff, or make you expend more resources or time than is actually necessary. In light of that, I figured it would be cool to make a video condensing as many tips and tricks I can think of as possible. Most of these will be catered towards new players, but I'm sure even experienced players can pick up a thing or two. Just so you know, this was put together with the help of my viewers as well as people across multiple discussion platforms, and I want to say thank you to everyone who contributed. Alright, we're gonna go through one of them at a time as quickly as possible, so at the end of the video, tell me if any of these tips were new to you, and if you guys want to see another video like this, be sure to let me know in the comments down below as well. So I'm gonna start off with a few tips of my own before showing some from my viewers. Tip 1, if you're just starting out, the first thing you should do is get every single echo you can. Unlike other games whose equipment rarity naturally progresses based on account level, in this game you have to level up both your account level and databank. Easiest way to do this? Run around and kill everything you see. As you unlock and explore the map trying to find every chest and whatnot you come across, be sure to kill everything that moves. Frankly, you should think of doing nothing else before that. Keep doing this until you get to databank level 20. The good news is, maxing your databank doesn't require you to go that far out of your way, so just by playing the game you'll be getting through it pretty nicely. That is the best thing you can do for yourself in the early game. Tip number 2. Two of the best early game teams you can make are Rover, Dungeon, and Verina/Baiju, as well as Encore, Sanhua, and Verina/Baiju again. This assumes you have none of the limited 5 stars and have only the base roster. If you're looking for strong teams to get you situated in the early game, those are the two best ones to go for, no matter when you find this video. Obviously, if you have someone strong like Phoebe, Carlotta, or Cardathia, then you can pull for them and build your first teams around them, but they may not always be available, so those two teams are good for you to work on. For your guaranteed standard unit, set it to Verina, and if you have a 5-star selector, choose Encore or vice versa. Those are the two best standard 5 stars at the moment. Tip number 3. When merging useless echoes, there's an easy way to merge a bunch of them simultaneously so you don't have to meticulously check one at a time. For all 1-cost echoes, just filter by defense main stat. None of the actual good characters in Wuwa scale off defense, so you can just click select all in the batch merge and wipe away your defense main stat echoes. For HP main stat, the only HP echoes you need to keep are the rejuvenating glow ones for Shorekeeper. Every other stat, you simply filter through all the sets except rejuvenating and click select all. For elemental damage on 3 costs, do the same thing. If, for instance, you're trying to get rid of any offset fusion damage echo, filter through every set except Molten Rift, Flaming Clawprint, Moonlit Clouds, and Tide-Breaking Courage if you have Brent. This will save you a ton of tedium if you're merging echoes in bulk. Speaking of echoes, tip number 4 will be 2 tidbits in 1. To save echo experience, send your auto-add function to only add experience in increments to get you to the next tuning threshold, then get your echoes to level 10. If by level 10 you don't have at least one ideal stat, you can trash the echo and move on to the next one to save the XP. Rules don't matter as much in this game given there are no substat levels. If you're building a new set and are just trying to get a character geared up, go to level 10 and check if at least one is good before continuing. However, if you're trying to improve on an existing set, such as if you're min-maxing a character, then only go to level 5, and if the first tune is not the stat you want, you can trash it. Additionally, do not feed trash echoes into the next one. What you want to do is go into your inventory and discard the echoes instead, which will reimburse you more materials than if you were to feed them. No clue why it works that way, probably an oversight, but it does. Tip number 5. Do not use your crystal solvents until you reach max databank and account level. Even though spending wave plates is one of the main ways to grind account experience, try your best to save as many crystal solvents as you can since wave plate efficiency gets better the higher up you go. If you burn them immediately, you'll get a lower objective amount of materials and whatnot. Better to wait until you can get the maximum return per point of energy. Tip number 6. 100% crit rate is absolutely paramount in this game. I know the rule of thumb in other gachas is to go for a 1:2 ratio, so if you have 75% crit rate, you want 150 crit damage, but most DPS units include a giant explosion within their kit that houses a measurable chunk of their DPS. Therefore, even if you have a low crit damage modifier, I would still recommend going for 100% crit rate. Thankfully, it's a lot easier to get max crit for most units, especially if you have Shorekeeper, but in general, it's recommended to have all DPS characters near or at 90 to 100 as possible. Tip number 7. Most support characters do not have to be leveled up that far in the early game for the purposes of damage, as their buffs are not dependent on their own numbers. For example, all of Verina's DPS augments are based on the team she's buffing, not her own. So pragmatically, you can keep her stuck at level 60 or 70, just high enough to unlock all of her inherent skills, and she'll be equally as useful as if she was level 90. Mind you, for sub-DPS units like Mortefi and Sanhua, upgrading their DPS is conducive to better party performance, but your first and foremost priority should be your main attackers. The rest can wait. Tip number 8. Every week at Max Data Bank, you can get guaranteed echo drops from bosses, 15 if I recall correctly. Make sure to keep that in mind every Monday if you're looking to farm a certain boss. Do those first before going after other bosses. You still get a chance at echoes, but the first 13 you kill will yield guaranteed drops. Okay, so those are 8 of my own tips. Now let's go through a number of tips you guys offered. Tip number 9. Rather than farming Testa fields, everyone should farm the unborn echo boxes that are found in the Fantasies of 1000 Gateways event, because those boxes get updated as new echo sets release, so you can potentially pre-farm 1000 echoes for an upcoming character. While this does take a bit more time to do than a regular Testa field, the boxes will automatically include the new echo sets that come out, meaning you can hold on to them and wait for the new patch, then instantly get a ton of echoes right away after you unlock the new domain. For a while, echoes are the one thing you couldn't really pre-farm on WUA, but then after they gave us a 1000 Gateways event, you can farm echo boxes, then sit on them until you're able to get the new sets. Tip number 10. Overworld materials for a character ascension refresh every day. This one I actually had to keep reminding myself because I'm so used to it taking like 48 hours in Genshin for mastery spawn, but in WUA, nope, you can refarm it every single day. They also spawn in much higher quantities per day, so realistically you don't have to pre-farm that much. Tip number 11. If you're lacking characters to complete Tower of Adversity with, try using throwaway DPS characters in the earlier stages in TOA that you aren't going to use later on, so you can save stamina on your main team comps for the higher level stages that also cost more to complete. Funnily enough, that actually never crossed my mind until I saw it. I'm used to committing one team per tower since in every other gacha game that's how it works, but in WUA, characters have a stamina count, meaning you can use multiple parties in one tower so long as they can pay the energy cost. Most first and second and even third chambers are easy enough to clear with a ragtag group of random characters. This also means you can complete tower using only 2 healers. The first 2 chambers of the first and third towers are so easy you can use a team of all level 70s to clear them, which allows you to reserve your healers for the final stages when they'll actually be necessary. On that note, tip number 12. The most cost-effective way to clear tower for players who don't have a lot of units is to put your best team in the middle tower to take out the bosses. For the side towers, have your second strongest team take out the first and fourth chambers, and then have a mid-level team take out the second and third ones. That way you can clear tower using only 2.5 parties instead of needing to fully build 3 of them. Tip number 13. For those just starting out, you can buy a lot of the ascension materials for the starting characters in Jincho at the pharmacy, rather than scrambling and looking up where everything is. I will go on to include that you'll have to pay a pretty hefty premium for the convenience of buying them on demand, so it can get expensive, but the option's there if you just need like a few more to finish a unit. Heaven knows I bought many materials through the pharmacy in the early days. Tip number 14. Build Rover, 3 free characters in 1. They're such an easy and good investment for your account if you build them up, and will continue to gain new forms as more content comes out. This without a doubt. Rover is a very solid unit across all elements, and considering how they're being balanced, I can imagine all subsequent forms of Rover will also be of great value, so don't discount them even though gachas are notorious for making their starting characters bad. Tip number 15. Jump combos can get you high enough to use the glider. What they're referring to is the jump cancel trick. Some characters gain extra height before they go for their plunging attack, and you can cancel that plunging attack by using your mid-air dash. You can use that to obtain just enough verticality to use your glider gadget for faster aerial travel. Tip number 16. Don't forget to do the fishing shop as it resets every single week. You can get a ton of useful materials ranging from XP to ascension mats to echo boxes. Definitely be sure to add that to your weekly to-do list if you're trying to level up your units quickly. This is actually something I forget to do a lot, so it's a good reminder for myself. Tip number 17. If your goal is to just farm the weekly boss echo, you don't have to fight the highest level one. You can just do the lowest level one to kill them faster. Of course, if you are trying to get materials, then obviously do the highest difficulty you can. Tip number 18. Do not spend your corals on extra pulls. Instead, you should stockpile them for sequence bans. I second this 100%. In other gachas, most people use their leftover corals or star glitter or whatever as cashback for more pulls. But in Wuthering Waves, you can buy sequences outright. 360 corals equals only 45 pulls, which isn't even enough for a single 5-star, much less an extra copy of a specific unit you want. Tip number 19. There are dishes that give increased drop rates. Food items don't really have much incentive to be used on account of only applying in the overworld, not endgame modes where they would actually be necessary. But in WUA, there are also dishes that give you increased echo drop rate, more credits, more materials like weapon, and character ascension stuff. Considering overworld exploration is a bigger deal in this game progression-wise, do not forget to get those dishes. The ones of interest are the 5-star ones, stuffed tofu and the sweet and sour pork. Chili sauce tofu helps you get more credits if you're short on cash. Tip number 20. Certain liberation states like Shangliao's ultimate or Calculator's ultimate can be extended past their original duration by animation cancelling certain attacks, then using liberations as slow or stop time in game, but don't pause the game state, which includes Zinlin ultimate, Shorekeeper ultimate, and even Shangliao's enhanced Forte attack. The extra frames generated from these attacks can make animation cancel attacks more easy to execute, like Calzone's 4 Death Messenger rotation. Expectedly, this is for the hardcore players, but I mean hey, Wu was all about technique and execution, so that could be helpful to you too. Tip number 21. Tactical holograms now put your team at full HP, max energy, and full concerto right from the start, which makes it easy to blow up enemies before they even start their attack rotation, especially if they have a long startup animation. Use this to your advantage if you're struggling against higher difficulty holograms, especially if you have a team that can output front-loaded burst damage. Tip number 22. Do not use your standard pulls on the standard character banner. Instead, use it for the standard weapon banner. Completely agree with this. You'll naturally pull standard 5 stars by losing 50/50s, but you'll never pull standard 5-star weapons by losing 50/50, so allocate your normal pulls to those. Most of the standard 5-star weapons are still used even to this day. Tip number 23. If you're still struggling with Echo experience, you can craft 7 blue and green tubes per week by farming fluorides on Mount Firmament, the place where you fight Jue. Easiest way to do it is to farm the area nearby Jue's boss fight, and by the end of the week you'll have enough experience to craft the limit. It's not much, especially given it's per week, not per day, but it's better than nothing. Tip number 24. Echoes can often be used for terrain traversal, both by holding the skill like Inferno Rider or Impermanent Siren flying in the air, or tapping to gain height like Jue, allowing for an updraft. Even though Kuro has made Overworld exploration more convenient through the cat paw dash thing and the glider, until you get to Arena Sita, using stuff like the Inferno Rider for travel is a big help in the early game. Tip number 25. Using 4-4-1-1-1 or 2-piece combinations in the early game can help you out if you don't have enough usable echoes to level up. Also, you should grind echoes in other people's worlds if you run out of 3 costs to farm in the early to mid game. It's a great way to not just get more echoes but max out your data bank, although that's assuming the host world is high enough to accommodate. I also agree, depending on the stats, sometimes 2-piece can be good enough as well, so don't feel obligated to tunnel vision into a single echo set in the beginning. Alrighty, that's 25 useful, or hopefully useful tips and tricks on Wuthering Waves. Expectedly there's plenty more than just 25, and I'd be more than happy to make another video on this if you guys are interested. I know it was a bit different than my usual video essay or discussion content, but I thought it was fun, especially with the game getting more popular and new players asking a whole bunch of questions. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any tips of your own to share, and as always, if you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Vars, join my Discord server, and check out my other Wuthering Waves guide videos if you haven't yet. Until next time, thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.